is made. Smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
What it do, people? You're now tuned in.
Popovich.
Popovich
TV.
TV.
Oh yeah.
We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. To everybody else, you already know. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. Let's get to this football shit. Week 3. Last week we did horrible. We're not even gonna lie. Last week out of 16 games, jeez. I got 3 right and 13 wrong. I did horrible. The only good thing about that, you can take it with a grain of salt if you want. It ain't no getting worse than that. I mean, I know you could go 0 for, but I don't think we're gonna go 0 for. Last week was a horrible week. Sometimes you study wrong, sometimes you study long, you study wrong. And we did study last week. Let's get to it. The Thursday night game was Buffalo at Miami. I think Buffalo was given 11.5, and we did have Buffalo. I didn't bet on the game, but my lean was towards Buffalo. There was no way in hell I could take Miami. There was just no way in hell. Here we go, though. First game up, we got Atlanta. 1-1 at the Carolina Panthers. 0-2. Carolina getting 5.5. I like Atlanta. Carolina, they are the lone team that I had last week. Out of the locks, I went 1-5. They was the only team, and they was down big, and they came back. So salute to Carolina Panthers for covering that 6.5. This week here, though, I like Atlanta. I don't like what I'm seeing from Bryce Young and them. They just they got to get it together. They probably will win 4 or 5 games this year. I don't see them winning this game. I like Atlanta to win. I like Atlanta to cover. Next game up, we got Green Bay 2-0 against Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland is 0-2, but they getting 7.5 at home. I know they just took a nice ass whipping against Baltimore, division rival. Baltimore is one of the best teams in the league, even though they did give up a 15-point lead to Buffalo the first week of the season. But they still one of the best teams. They was playing at home. Cleveland, I think they will show up at home. I think Green Bay wins. I think Cleveland covers the 7.5. Next game, we got Houston, Texas, 0-2 at Jacksonville, 1-1. Houston getting 1.5. I like Houston. I don't think they go 0-3. It's not out the scope of realm that they could go 0-3. Last year they was a playoff team, and the year before that they was a playoff team. C.J. Strauss, that offensive line, look a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. They did go against Baker Mayfield. They should have won that game. Defense collapsed at the end, let Baker Mayfield walk right down the field and air them niggas out for the touchdown. Jacksonville, division rival. I think Houston bounced back. Spread is 1.5. I respect that. Jacksonville is a 1.5 point favorite because they are at home. They are 1-1. But I think they both go to 1-2. So I like Houston. Next game up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, 2-0 at Minnesota Vikings, 1-1. Minnesota giving 3. No J.J. McCarthy. No Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow got toe turf. He's going to be out at least 3 months. Devastating news for the Cincinnati Bengals. Not really so much devastating news for Minnesota. Who's the backup? Is it Carson Wentz? I think it was Carson Wentz. Let's see. Carson Wentz against Browning. I like Minnesota. They lost. Who they lost to last week? Oh, lost to the Falcons. I think they bounce back at home. I don't think they lose 2 games at home. I like the Minnesota Vikings. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers 1-1 at New England 1-1. Aaron Rodgers and them. That was a horrible loss last week to Seattle. New England, good win over the Miami Dolphins. New England, +1.5. I like Pittsburgh. I'm just going to trust Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin over Mike Vrabel and over Drake May. I think Pittsburgh bounced back. Last week was horrible. Horrible loss at home. Seattle got a good defense. I think Pittsburgh, I think they show up this week. I like Pittsburgh. Next game, we got 2-2 game. I mean, two 2-0 teams. Rams 2-0, Philly 2-0, Philly -3.5. This is a rematch of last year's playoff game. The Rams did fight them hard last year, and I like the Rams. I like the Rams now. That 3.5, I think is boss. I think Rams either win, or I think it's a 3-point game. So if you can get that 3.5, better lock it in right now. I think Rams get revenge though, and they win outright. I think Rams win. Plus, Eagles is like on a 19-0 win or 19-1. And the one game that they lost, I think Jalen Hurts was sidelined. So they are due for a loss. Rams on the up and coming. I like Devontae Adams. I like how Matt Stafford is looking. Sean McVay is banged up. I think he broke his foot or hurt his foot on the sideline. But I still like the Rams with the 3.5. Next game, New York Jets, 0-2 at Tampa Bay. 2-0, Tampa Bay giving 6.5. I think Tampa Bay win the game. I like the Jets with the 6.5. A lot of teams that's 0-2, they're going to be fighting for their football lives to get a victory. And if they don't get a victory, I think they fight like hell, so that should keep a close game. The history between the Jets and Tampa Bay don't always play out like that, but the Jets kind of got their number. We'll see if that plays out Sunday, but I like the Jets. Next game, we got Indianapolis Colts 2-0 against Tennessee 0-2. Tennessee at home for the second straight week. They're getting 4.5. I like Indianapolis to win. I like Tennessee to cover the spread. I think it's a close game, 3-point game, maybe even Tennessee winning late, and then Danny Dimes, get the team within field goal range and then win a game by a field goal, etc. So I like Tennessee with the 4.5. Next game, Raiders 1-1 at Washington 1-1. Washington -3. No Jalen Daniels. Who is the backup? Oh, Mariota against Geno Smith. I like Washington. They played when they played. They played Thursday, right? Played Thursday against the Packers. I like Washington. I really didn't like what I seen out of Oakland. Will I be surprised if Oakland come in and try to sneak an upset? Nah, not really. Chargers, they got a good defense, obviously. What's the quarterback for the Chargers? Justin Herbert. Hell of a Chargers. Raiders ain't stand a chance, even though we had Raiders last week. I like Washington. Next game up, we got Denver 1-1 at the Chargers 2-0. Chargers giving 3, and I like Denver. I think Denver bounced back from that heartbreak last week playing against Indianapolis Colts. They should have won the game. Penalty, move the ball up a little more, kick the field goal. Horrible way to lose, especially if you had Denver like me. You know what I mean? -1.5. It was a horrible loss. I hate losing like that too. End of the fucking game on some ref calling the play. But that's how sports go, especially football. It's sports entertainment. It's sports and entertainment. Next game, we got the Seahawks at home, -7.5, 1-1. New Orleans 0-2. I like New Orleans. I'm not gassed. Seahawks, great victory at Pittsburgh. You're coming back home. You do got a good defense. And there's no doubt in my mind that they will win the game. Moneyline is saying that they're going to win the game. -388, 97% is on them. But for some strange reason, I think it's the points. I think Seahawks win. I think New Orleans covered that 7.5. Next game, we got Dallas 1-1 at Chicago 0-2. Dallas is -1. I wonder why they only -1. But there's no way I could take Chicago. So I like Dallas. I think Dallas wins, and I think they cover the 1. Obviously, they got to cover, otherwise they're going to lose. Or it could be a push. Dallas could win by 1. Tough battle against my Giants last week. Giants covered. We had Dallas, went to overtime. Dallas was in a dogfight. Now they're on the road. I think they win the game, though. Next game, 2-0 teams again. We got Arizona Cardinals, and we got San Fran. San Fran -2.5. Who I took in this game? I think I took the Cardinals. Yeah, I like the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals. Brock Purdy might be back. Mac Jones, he will, suit up for San Fran if Brock Purdy don't play. I like Kyler Murray a little better than Mac Jones. Division rival, it should be a tough game, but I'm gonna take the 2.5 points with me. I think Arizona can keep it close. Also, I know they look like they collapsed last week, and they did to the Carolina Panthers, but Carolina got their number. You can say what you want. The last 9 games, I think it's Carolina Panthers 7-2, so they own them. I think Arizona, think they can win the game outright. Next game, Kansas City 0-2 at the Giants 0-2. I know what I'm gonna say. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. We ain't do that all season. Shaolin in the house. Rest in peace, ODB. Wu-Tang, love the kids. Giants getting 6.5. I like the Giants at home with the 6.5. I think Kansas City will get off the snide. I don't think Russell Wilson will win the game with the Giants. I think Kansas City win. I think the Giants cover the spread. Monday Night Football, we got the Baltimore Ravens -4.5. 1-1 against Detroit Lions, 1-1. I think we seen this game last year, and Baltimore put foot to ass. I think Baltimore put foot to ass again. At home, Monday Night Football. This could possibly be a Super Bowl preview. I think Baltimore the better team. I'm going to roll with Lamar Jackson and them. Will I be surprised if Detroit cover? No, I won't be. They did put up 42, styled on their offensive coach last year, etc. But I like Baltimore. Get to these locks, though. Let's get to the theme music first. I know how we do.
When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, 1-on-1 populism. Coupe gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing signals. When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, 1-on-1 populism. Coupe gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad lines in the air, throwing signals.
Here go the locks, guys. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me the winner chicken dinners. We're going with Houston, going with Minnesota, going with Pittsburgh, going with the Rams, going with Denver, and we're going with the Arizona Cardinals. Let's read that off one more time for those that's late. We're going with Houston +1.5. We're going with the Vikings -3. We're going with Pittsburgh -2. We're going with the Rams +3.5. We're going with Denver +3. And we're going with the Arizona Cardinals +2.5. Let me know who you like. Let me know who you taking. Let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. Of course, I appreciate you for rocking with me. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.